Hey friends and family, it's your girl Stacy from Misguided Road Trips, and today we are on a road trip. It looks like to the river, but actually it's a place called Trader's Hill. This place is the river. There's a lot more to it, but I'm going to fill you in and let you see this part first and tell you about the history. It's amazing because this was one of the first places that was actually a trading post. And I'm going to show you some of that, but I want you to realize that on this side of the river was where the Americans were. And back in the 1800s, that side of the river, the Indians owned that land. And they used to come across and trade quite frequently between each other. Now I'm going to go up and show you where the city was and the store and different places so that you'll get an idea of what was going on. But this is the river. Okay guys, right there at the end of that road is the river that I was just standing at. And if you turn around right here, you will see the brick columns that tell you this is Trader's Hill. Now this was a thriving community. Started in 1755, and by the 1800s it was doing really well. And this made up the town. Now, over here, they have monuments up telling these were the sites of the first courthouse. Let me see, I can't remember what the other one was. I thought they were tombstones when I first saw them, but then I realized it's the one on the left is the first Charlton County Courthouse, and then this one was the Masonic Lodge. So you got the courthouse and the Masonic Lodge here. They sat back towards the fence. There's a trading post here also. It was further down. And the reason I'm telling you all this is because there's really a weird story to this situation, what happened. The trading post sat over here. Okay guys, so behind me here is where the trading post was. The trading post was actually making pretty good business back at the time in the 1800s because there was a lot of people coming up and down the river trading. He was trading with the Native Americans, and he also traded with the people who came into town and was trying to make a living and do stuff here. So he was, doing good. Well, across the river, Chief Swanee lived. And if anybody's ever heard of the Swanee Canal, it was named after this chief. So the white man and this group of Indians had a good rapport going on. They always come over and they always traded. But Chief Swanee's grandson was known to be a troublemaker. And one day, he came across the river, robbed the trading post, and killed the owner. Well, all the townspeople with Trader's Hill knew that he had done it. There was witnesses. He didn't try to hide anything. He thought he could get to the river and make his escape, but the townspeople caught him before he was able to get that far. And they put him in jail. They were trying to decide what they should do with him. In the meantime, Chief Swanee had always told his grandson, if you end up in the white man's jail, you need to lose enough weight that you can fit between the bars and then jump across the river, swim home. Now, as I showed you earlier, the river is not very wide up there. So, the grandson Swanee thought he could get by with it and do it. But before he ended up losing the weight. He fit between the bars, but he was so weak before he got to the river, he just couldn't hold out to run and do it anymore. And the people at Trader's Hill actually caught up with him, and instead of them waiting for a court date now, they decided, go ahead, he's guilty, everybody knew it, and to hang him. So that's what they did. They took him immediately to the hanging tree. And they called it the Hangman's Oak. And I'm going to show you this tree. I've got to flip my camera around, so. Okay, guys, this is the Hangman's Oak. Oh my gosh, there's still a rope. I say still. Somebody's put a rope up there. I hope you can see that. That's where they hung him. Oh, I hope you can see that. There, you can see it right there. Okay, so they hung him from this branch. And before they actually hit the gallows to make him hang, he told them that he cursed everybody in Trader's Hill, and anybody who ever lived in Trader's Hill was cursed. Well, nobody thought much about it. They just heard him say that and went on about life and didn't think anything. But what was really weird was all the children in Trader's Hill started passing away from mysterious illnesses. Nobody had any clue on what was going on with them, what was happening, why. Then business started falling down. People weren't coming in trading as much. People remembered the words of him saying that, you know, he cursed everybody. And people who had children, like lost one child, they took their other kids and they ran. They didn't want to be any part of it. And then other people started following suit. So it ended up that after a short period of time, everybody was gone from Trader's Hill. Now what the creepy thing is, and what I want to see, is they say that tree glows at night. I want to see it. I want you to see it. So we're going to see it together if it happens. I don't think it's going to glow. I can't see why a tree would glow. But at the same time, I wouldn't think a town that was doing well would just fall apart that quick, that fast. So we're going to stay out here, me and you, for a little while longer and see if it does glow. I'm not waiting all night for it though. The gnats are killing me. I'll get back with you in a minute. It's getting darker, guys, and I don't see anything glowing yet.